Discrimination hurts whether you're Chinese or you're Indian. I don't want to lose a scholarship because I'm Chinese. I didn't, but that's besides the point. I don't want to go around posting on social media and the next thing you know, everybody is calling me kicap, quill haram. And I just have to wonder, why should it hurt less just because you're Malay and you go to a Tahfiz? Let's talk about the Mara Tahfiz pilot drama. So poops, it all started innocently. Mara said that they have a plan to sponsor future pilots with Tahfiz STEM students first in line. But right in the comment section of Malay Mail, chaos ensued, with Nitesh Selvan saying crash course into building included. They'll make good pilots judging how they fly on their bikes when they are younger. Why pilot course when you can fly naturally? Now this would have just stayed an innocent internet dispute with racist overtones from both sides of the aisle, I might add. But then the chairman of Mara himself, Dr. Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki himself, came in with a straight up keyboard warrior moment as he replied by saying the highest achievers are in fact Tahfiz students. Don't know how true that is or what the external validity beyond the SPM actually is, but this probably isn't going to be very popular on this channel, but in this case, I am going to have to agree with Wajdi Dusuki. If you actually pay attention to the comments that were on the page, it's literally like, well, if they go into Tahfiz, then they'll become terrorists and we need to check their identities along the way. Which is like, huh? See, I don't even know if any of those people who are commenting even know what a Tahfiz is. They probably just assume that, oh, if you study anything Islamic at all, then you will turn into a terrorist. Which is like, huh? Now, you can't deny that there are some people who are Muslims who end up being terrorists. But bruh, I have to wonder whether any of the people there actually understand the context. For those of you who don't know what Tahfiz is, Tahfiz really just means that a person memorizes the entire Quran. It's like part of the whole curriculum of the school that they literally sit there and then they learn how to memorize. You can argue till the cows come home about whether that's going to make a person a productive human being or not. I would probably say not. But look at the article and look at the facts here. This is a program that's being offered to science students. It's not like
they're asking these jokers to become pilots. Also, plenty of Tahfiz schools where you can take the regular subject combinations and fulfill all the standard requirements for admission in the first place, so it's not like you're not studying science.
But you know, the main reason I wanted to talk about this drama is cause I think this should really be a point of reflection. If you look at the way that people have been commenting on this, you can see racist comments from both sides. It's not just Nitesh Selvan, but you can also see people casually talking about how minorities are stupid. And you can see all of these discussions about kapirs, colonial, and actual racist comments coming out alongside people accusing other people of being racist, and overall what you can see is that it is what we call a shit show. I mean, this is not some Michael Jackson heal the world, make it a better place type channel, far from it. But bruh, this is so much unnecessary fighting, so much negative sentiment created for no reason at all against people who are supposed to be on the same team as you. So is there a need? Was there ever a need for us to divide ourselves up race by race, community by community? Oh, this one studied that one. Oh, this one don't want to speak this language. Fight, argue day in and day out. What exactly does it do? What is the point? Do you think racism is going to grow our economy? Do you think winning this debate and showing that you are tepaling harmony is like a net benefit? You can say, oh, I'm going to become richer than this guy. He's so racist. But if you think about it, isn't it better to be successful but not find yourself in the company of assholes?
Oh, and it's better if you are not the asshole.
But the thing is that when I look at all of these people, including by the way this idiot who seems to think that all non-Malays are his slaves, hero of the Malay community, I see people creating problems for themselves in a daisy chain of assholery that basically goes off to infinity and beyond and that ultimately has no purpose.
So let's be clear about this.
There are good students and bad students in every single school. What matters at the end of the day is that you look for the good students. You can't very well have bad students become pilots, right? I mean, it would be an issue if you couldn't find anybody who was qualified and then you just end up taking the bottom of the barrel, low class, low quality students. I think that in that case then, yeah, that's just a gigantic air tragedy waiting to happen.
But then right,
top students are usually the ones who work hard. It doesn't matter what environment, what institution, what area it is that they get placed in, usually they're going to be able to do well. I don't think you should be discriminating against them just because one of the things that they do is memorize the Quran. Of course, there have been like these questions here and there about whether Mara actually is meritocratic or it is more of a kulitocracy where they look at the color of your skin. But what's with these kinds of claims right here? Like this one by Dan the Kong, who said 80% of all cadet programs going to be for Mara candidates. So Poop, where do you even get proof for this from? Can you confirm that this is true? Because that's a very serious accusation, and I don't think that you should be making something like this without evidence.
But it does look like this kind of racism is something that people of all races and religions do in Malaysia. Though to be fair, it's like racism from every side.
I mean, you don't need to go far. All you need to do is just go to Sinar Harian and then you can see on any article about UEC, people start talking about khianat bangsa sendiri, tukar kerajaan, barwa DAP. And it goes on and on. People talking about wanting to protect sistem pendidikan nasional while forgetting, by the way, that their sekolah Tahfiz creates an exclusive route for themselves so they can go out there, memorize their Quran. Whenever people point out that they are creating a separate stream for themselves, then they will say, do you know that you can send your kids to Tahfiz schools as well? To that I can say, well, you can send your kids to vernacular schools as well, right? You don't need to be complaining about national schools all the while. Satu saluran sahaja demi anak Malaysia, while by the way protecting your Tahfiz along the way. Whatever the hell you want to study in high school, it's really none of my business. You want to do video games, you want to do all of that crap, totally up to you. As long as you get to university, you become a productive member of society.
But of course, Malaysians are too kepochi to just allow that.
And you know, at this point, it's very easy to just go out and start blaming people, saying, do you know these sapoops did it first one? They go and discriminate. Do you really think that people are thinking about who did it first? Who started it? No, it's more of like, you see a racist comment, then you immediately start responding with the most hateful and immediate and first thing that comes out on your lips. And at some point, nobody's gonna even know who fired the first shot, where this all started, and you have a full-on racism discrimination drama that never needed to start in the first place. But anyway, yeah, if the students are good, they really have the ability. It doesn't really matter to me whether they come from Tahfiz schools or not, as long as they become good pilots.
And generally good Malaysians and good human beings, because remember, that's the point of education.
I don't think they're likely to become terrorists just from their Tahfiz education. They're more likely to become terrorists as a result of the hatred that these people are creating by commenting here and there. Although at the end of the day, really, it doesn't come from just one side. It's all part of a long-running cycle in our society that I really think that people need to calm down, take a chill pill, and stop in its tracks. I do acknowledge that we can't really control everyone's behavior out there. There are going to be racists, but I do think that we can control our own behavior, our own choice not to discriminate against other people just because they go to Tahfiz schools. And in this case, this is my decision. This is me telling you what I think. And if you agree, then hit the like button, share this video to a friend. I'm not asking for some grand ending of discrimination across the entire world, but if you agree that maybe this is not a good thing, you have a friend who agrees that this is not a good thing, then maybe at some point we can start to spread this culture out there and realize that our talent is our talent, and all talent in Malaysia is talent that we should value, not mock, discriminate against, and alienate just because we can't get over our own hatred. That's all I have to say about that, and bye.